At approximately the midpoint of the season, the North Penn Maidens are at the 500 mark at 3-3 in the Suburban 1 National League with a record of 5-8 overall. Tonight against the lowly Norristown Eagles, the Maidens look to get the ball rolling for the rest of the season. A pleasant good evening, everyone. Along with Jason Payne, I'm Kyle Berger, and we're glad he could join us for tonight's Suburban 1 League matchup between the North Penn Maidens and the visiting Norristown Eagles. The Maidens are coming off their big win against the less-than-spectacular William Tennant Panthers by a score of 86-29. A big game for a couple Maidens in that one, Jason.
Yes, Sarah Ducilli had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Shannon Hungate had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 steals, 4 assists, and the game-high 22 points by Jamie Willis led them to a 22-2 lead after the first quarter and a 40-11 lead at halftime.
Norristown was defeated by Pennsbury earlier this week in a disappointing loss by a score of 65-45. Norristown had a 5-point lead at halftime, but gave up 12 unanswered points to the Falcons in the fourth quarter, and that led to their defeat, 65-45. They also possibly lost Jackie Waite for tonight's game with a sprained left ankle in that game. We'll see if she plays later on. The Eagles are not a particularly big team either, Jason.
That's right. With the biggest player on Norristown's squad at 5'9", the North Penn Knights finally found a team they can match up with. It's going to be an outside shooting performance and speed to win this game.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, Jason.
For the visiting Norristown Eagles, number 10, Laura Hoppel, number 15, Rebecca Springman, number 20, Melissa Kelly, number 23, Amy Jablowski, number 32, Jackie Cresswell. For the home North Penn Maidens, number 4, Shannon Hungate, number 11, Jamie Willis, number 12, Jen McMaster, number 20, Susan Ducilli, and number 44, Sarah Ducilli.
Tonight's officials are Butch Andre and Don Bowers, and it should be an interesting league matchup tonight. North Penn Television brings you North Penn Norristown girls basketball next. Stay with us.
Why would anybody give someone they don't know a gift? They do it because this gift saves lives. And the need for it is desperate. We need over 20,000 people to give this precious gift every day. Please give blood. There's a life to be saved right now. Call the American Red Cross at 1-800-GIVE-LIFE.
Math, a 4-letter word, right? Hey, you don't need that.
Why design the world's newest chips?
When you could be flipping the world's oldest burgers. Hey, wait a minute. This is math. Geometry, algebra.
No pocket protectors here.
But you're cruising without math. Yeah, right. Take a good look.
That's math staring back at you.
It's not a problem, man. It's an answer. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
350 organizations all over America have come together to create the Coalition for America's Children.
Now we need your help to fight for America's children.
What are you going to take?
Algebra.
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 Algebra!
If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, call NACME. We'll tell you.
Welcome back to North Penn High School's gymnasium. The visiting Norristown Eagles taking on the North Penn Maidens. Norristown with a record of 0-6 in the Suburban 1 National League, 2-11 overall. North Penn with a 3-3 league record, 5-8 overall. Want to point out to you one quick change in the starting lineup for North Penn, a last-minute change. Katrina Joseph, number 42, is going to come into the game to start for Jen McMaster, and also a key injury for the Maidens, number 23, Amber Smolinski, Jason, out with a bit of an ankle injury. Talking to one of the assistant coaches of North Penn earlier tonight, saying that against a team like Norristown, she's going to be used sparingly, which can only help her in the long run.
That's right. Yesterday she spent a lot of time in the trainer's office with ice. She went home with a brace on. She was able to walk out, though. So It looks like she might get a little bit of time, but this is a good game to give her a rest.
So Shannon Hungate gets the call.
What's that?
Starting for Amber Smolinski. Katrina Joseph jumps against Jackie Cresswell. Quickly, Maidens controlling. Hungate will get the assist on the quick basket by Sarah Ducilli. North Penn off to a 2-0 lead. Melissa Kelly goes cross court to Amy Jablowski, working against tight defense by Hungate. She's double teamed. Now kicks it out to Jackie Cresswell, working against Willis. Ball goes out of bounds near side. Norristown basketball. Jackie Cresswell inbound to number 20, Melissa Kelly, the point guard for Norristown, who just signed a letter of intent with Philadelphia Textile to play basketball. She gets the quick drive and the bank off the glass, tying up the score, 2-2. Quick defense by Kelly, picking Jamie Willis's pocket and getting another basket. 4 points early on for Melissa Kelly with a big steal. Norristown with an early lead. Katrina Joseph now working at the top of the key. Will send over to Sue Ducilli. Hungate cutting toward the basket. Pass was deflected. Kelly leads the rush, 2-on-2. Quick pass knocked out by Sue Ducilli. Joseph on the sideline has it taken away from her now. Cresswell makes the basket 6-2. Just over a minute into this game, Norristown has the lead. Foul on Melissa Kelly against Jamie Willis. That's her first and the team's first. North Penn will inbound on the near sideline.
North Penn's going to have to look for a lot of outside shots. They have great jump shooters with Willis and Hungate, and not a big post-up game.
Of course, size not too much of a problem tonight, as we said, working against a smaller Norristown team. Katrina Joseph, the biggest person on the floor right now, misses the 10-footer. And Laura Hoppel pulls down the rebound. Now Kelly showing her speed. Great pass underneath the basket. The bank off the glass is good by Rebecca Springman, the sister of Norristown wrestling legend Ricky Springman, who was a state champion in Pennsylvania last year. Now Willis with the three. Good! 8-5, North Penn back within 3 of Norristown. Defense by Ducilli on that inbound pass forces the ball out, but Norristown retains possession. And now number 12, Jen McMaster, checks in, replacing Katrina Joseph.
So North Penn goes with an even shorter lineup than they just had in, but they brought in another jump shooter.
Jackie Cresswell will pass it over. Jablowski for 3. Good! 11-5 now the score. 5:50 to go in this opening quarter. Jen McMaster now against Laura Hoppel. Willis in the corner. Fakes the 3, will now drive the lane. The scoop shot is blocked. Willis does draw the foul against Laura Hoppel. Jackie Cresswell rejected her first field goal opportunity. Willis will go to the line and shoot 2 on Hoppel's first foul. Norristown's second team foul tonight. Willis is good on her first shot, 11-6. North Penn now down by 5 with the clock stopped at 5:41.
Being that it's pretty even match in height, I think free throw shooting will come into a big play in this game because there's no big post-up player. There'll be a lot of fouls, and the shooters will be good tonight.
11-7 now the score after Willis is 2 for 2 from the line. Amy Jablowski will kick it back to the point guard, Melissa Kelly. She's the center point of the Norristown offenses. Amber Smolinski, a surprise, is about ready to come into the game for the Maidens at the next stoppage of play. Meanwhile, Jackie Cresswell gets 2 of her own rebounds, puts it up and in, and draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 1. Foul was on Sarah Ducilli, her first. The Maidens first. Cresswell will shoot 1. Amber Smolinski does come into the game now, replacing Sarah Ducilli.
Cresswell has 4 points early on in this game and looking for 5 here.
And she gets it. 14-7. The Eagles are doubling up the Maidens right now early on in the first quarter. Willis now with a long 3. Air ball. Picking that one up is Jackie Cresswell. Full court pressure now by the Maidens. Hungate working against Jablowski. Jablowski goes coast to coast off the glass. No good. Willis will finally get the rebound for North Penn. Smolinski doesn't appear to be too hobbled by that ankle injury. She runs the floor real well for the Maidens. Now it's McMaster at the foul line, drives the lane up, and no good off the backboard. Melissa Kelly picks the rebound. The no-look pass surprised her own teammate Cresswell. She'll go behind the back off of McMaster's foot. A 3-on-1 for the Maidens. Bounce pass to Willis, up and in. 14-9 on the good running of the floor by Jen McMaster.
Here the Maidens running a little bit of the boys' game, the transition off the defensive rebound and steals.
Laura Hoppel gets away with a walk, it would appear, but gets the easy basket. Her first points of the night, 16-9 the score. Jablowski, the pass a little too far for Kelly. She's just going to go out of bounds with it.
Looked like Willis was fouled on that last shot. A lot of wrist and no ball on that play.
So once again, loose officiating as we've seen before. Last game we called it was a boys' game, Southern and North Penn. Very loose officiating in that one. A lot of fouls let go. Willis, another long three-pointer. Good, nothing but net. Jamie Willis, her second three tonight, 16-12. Norristown up by 4 with 3:50 to go in the first quarter.
They haven't given Jamie Willis a lot of good looks, but she's hitting the deep threes.
Now Kelly is no good off the rim. Smolinski rips down the rebound. Going coast to coast. Bounce pass to Hungate. Now to Sue Ducilli. Good look by Shannon Hungate. It's her second assist of the game early on. Norristown wants a timeout. 16-14. Norristown still has that 2-point lead. 3:34 on the clock in the first quarter. Norristown's going to have to burn a timeout, as really it's just been Jackie Cresswell and Melissa Kelly doing most of the work for Norristown tonight.
That's right, and in the past 2 minutes or so, North Penn's gone on a 7-2 run. They've got some steals, and they've run the transition game great, always making the extra pass and finding the easy basket.
Jamie Willis already has 10 points for the Maidens. 2 for 3 from three-point range, and she's really starting to find her target, and that's good news for the Maidens. Of course, she's coming off that huge game, 22 points against William Tennant. And if she wants to get to 1,000 points, she's got to start pouring in the baskets, and she's doing that real well for the Maidens this year.
Well, she's hitting three-pointers that we've seen the boys struggle with this year. And, without a post-up game, it's gonna come down to people, shooters like Jamie Willis and Hungate, McMaster. They're the ones who are going to have to put in the points for North Penn.
Of course, Jamie Willis, one of the best three-point shooters in the area, male or female. She can drop them like there's no tomorrow. Meanwhile, checking into the game for Norristown, number 31, Amy Gasson. The Maidens will stick with the same 5 they left with the timeout. Ball is loose. Smolinski picks up the steal. Maidens on the fast break. Smolinski was about to kick it out to Willis for a wide-open 3, but a good defensive play by Rebecca Springman. As the ball goes out of bounds, Maidens will have an inbound on the offensive baseline. Hungate into Sue Ducilli is blocked. Make that fouled by Jackie Cresswell. That'll be Norristown's third team foul on the contact. Sue Ducilli will go to the line and shoot 2. That's the first foul for Jackie Cresswell tonight.
Free throw should come in a big play today. And then North Penn hasn't missed yet. 3 for 3.
Now only down by 1. Ducilli with a chance to tie the ball game at 16 if she can make this free throw. It's no good off the rim, but Hungate rips down the rebound a little too far under the basket, but Ducilli uses some glass work to her advantage, skying over Norristown and giving North Penn a 17-16 lead. Their first of the ball game since 2-0 after they made the quick first basket. Here's your good matchup on offense and defense. Kelly and Smolinski, 2 of the best players on these teams. Now the baseline jump shot off the top of the backboard is no good. Willis, the bounce pass to Hungate. She uses the glass and gets it in. 19-16, North Penn now with the lead. This game's turning into a shootout, Jason.
It's a real exciting play because both teams are playing good defense and creating turnovers in transition game.
So 2:47 to go in the opening quarter. Norristown and North Penn at the OK Corral with a shootout. Amy Jablowski, she's going to drive and gets the glass. The charitable bounce off the backboard Smolinski with the home run pass. Well short on that one, looking for Hungate. Norristown with a chance to take the lead, down 19-18. Jackie Cresswell spots up. Now the three-pointer is no good off the rim. But getting the rebound and the basket is just Jackie Cresswell after Amy Jablowski had missed that three-pointer. Norristown now back up by 1, 20-19. Just a shade over 2 minutes to go.
Neither team bashful with the three-pointers early on in this game.
Here's another one by Smolinski. No good, a little long. Jackie Cresswell gets the rebound for the Eagles. She'll gain midcourt and give it off to Gasson, who sends it over to Kelly. Now a long-range three-pointer by Jablowski is no good off the rim. Ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Gasson. Now a three by Kelly, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Norristown picks it up. Wide open under the basket is Cresswell. A great look by Rebecca Springman. Norristown has a three-point lead, 22-19 with a minute and a half on the clock.
Good start for Jackie Cresswell. 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting from the field.
Jamie Willis, a long-range three, no good. Sue Ducilli unable to come up with the rebound. Now Melissa Kelly, the no-look pass to Springman. Gets another nice bounce off the rim, and she puts it in. 24-19. Here's Amber Smolinski, short with that shot. Pulled down by Jackie Cresswell, who's working the glass wonderfully for the Norristown Eagles so far tonight. Melissa Kelly off balance. No basket, but the foul on Willis. That'll result in 3 foul shots for Melissa Kelly. Almost a chance for a 4-point play. Now Sarah Ducilli will check in for Shannon Hungate. And for Norristown, Laura Hoppel and Chrissy Hunsberger will check in. So Melissa Kelly at the line shooting 3. Norristown with a 5-point lead, a chance to make it an 8-point lead if Kelly is good on all 3 shots. No good on the first one.
You see, if you compare Melissa Kelly and Jamie Willis' shot, they're both pretty smooth shooters. It rolls off their fingers real nice, and that's why they're as good as they are.
Kelly is 1 for 3 from the line, so only makes one of those shots. 25-19 now the score. Norristown in the lead. Under 45 seconds to go in this game. In this first quarter, rather.
That might be the best way to defend Kelly, to put her on the free throw line.
Sarah Ducilli gets the basket under the basket after the good look by Jamie Willis, cutting the lead to 4. Jackie Cresswell will give it up to Chrissy Hunsberger. Wide open under the basket with Springman. Good defense by Jen McMaster to swat that pass out of the way. Ball does go out of bounds, however. Norristown will retain possession. Rebecca Springman would have had an easy basket for the Eagles. Cresswell for 3. No. Rebound, Hunsberger. Air balls on that one. Partially blocked. Norristown will have the ball once again. 19 seconds to go on the clock. Melissa Kelly will inbound. Good look under the basket. Cresswell cannot hit. Amber Smolinski will bring it up with 13 to go. Into the corner, Sarah Ducilli. Willis will drive. Kicks it out. McMaster. Yes. And that'll end the first quarter. 25-23. A lot of offense in this game. North Penn is down by 2, however. Norristown is probably quite content with that first quarter as they rolled off 25 points. A 2-point lead for Norristown after 1.
Leading scorers for the first quarter, Jamie Willis for North Penn has 10. 2 3-pointers really helped her get on to a good start. And Jackie Cresswell has, she has 9 points. And Amy Jablowski has 5, along with Kelly, who has 5. So both teams have a couple of big scores, but like we've mentioned, no post-up game. Everything's from the perimeter and everything's in the transition. And no one really in foul trouble. No one has more than 1 foul.
Now, this is definitely a lot more offense than I would expect from these two teams. Not necessarily from North Penn, but from Norristown, really you look at their record. I mean, you would not expect an 0-6 team in the league, 2-11 overall, to be putting up 25 points on the board. But a lot of good defense, a lot of turnovers, end-to-end basketball makes for an exciting game.
Well, especially if you don't know a lot about girls basketball, you look at the paper and it says William Tennant 29, North Penn 86. They scored 29 points in the entire game, and we have two teams who are over 23 right now.
So Norristown will control. A three-pointer by Kelly is nothing but net. 28-23, a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Ducilli stuck in the corner, does get it out to Smolinski. Now it's Willis working against Springman. Will go to the crossover, drives the lane, no good off the glass. McMaster, the rebound and the putback. Good job by Jen McMaster as Jamie Willis drew the double team. She was wide open under the basket, was able to clean up the garbage.
Kelly has been able to break the press all the way down the court. A really nice job to get an easy bucket for
Ducilli to her sister. Spots up with the jumper, no good. Smolinski with the rebound, draws the foul against Chrissy Hunsberger. That's her first and the team's fourth. Smolinski to the line to shoot two. Jackie Cresswell will come in to replace Chrissy Hunsberger after that foul. Smolinski with a chance to get the Maidens within one, but misses the first free throw. Does not get the second either. Jen McMaster just stepped out of bounds on that baseline before she could save that one from going out of bounds. So Smolinski 0 for 2 at the line. Norristown keeps its 3-point lead, 28-25. Jablowski has her pass knocked away by Jen McMaster, and Norristown will keep the ball. Melissa Kelly will inbound, looking for an open player to send it into. The lob pass out of bounds off of Sue Ducilli. So good defense by the Maidens on their own half of the court. Melissa Kelly to the backcourt, and it is a backcourt violation. Amy Jablowski caught that pass on her own side of the court, and her own momentum carried her into the backcourt. So that is a backcourt violation. Maidens take over.
She might have been better off letting it go and then retrieving it on the other half of the court and then bringing it across.
Of course, that would not have been a backcourt violation, obviously. Jen McMaster at the foul line sends it out to Sarah Ducilli into Smolinski. Not a smart pass as it was picked off by Melissa Kelly. Look at Kelly's speed working against McMaster. Kicks it back out. Smolinski with the block, but it goes right to Jackie Cresswell, who puts it in and draws the foul. That foul was on Sue Ducilli. That's her first and the team's third. As Shannon Hungate checks back in to the game for the Maidens, replacing Sarah Ducilli. Cresswell at the line with one.
With the last basket, Cresswell broke the double-digit barrier. Now has 12 points.
31-25 is your score. Norristown with the lead over North Penn. Good pass by McMaster. Willis does draw the foul against, I believe, Rebecca Springman. She'll go to the line and shoot two. That's Springman's first and Norristown's fifth. So the Eagles only have one foul to give with 6:24 to go in the first half.
That could prove to be deadly for North Penn because they're very good on the line.
As Jamie Willis attests to that, making her first free throw. And the second is good as well. 31-27, a 4-point lead for Norristown.
Jamie Willis 4 for 4 on the free throw line, gets a steal.
And puts it in, 31-29. A little help from Shannon Hungate on that one as well. Good pressure by the Maidens defense. Melissa Kelly will slow things down for the Eagles. Jackie Cresswell now at the top of the key will drive the lane. The scoop, no good. Good rebound by Amber Smolinski. She gains midcourt, passes it over to Hungate. She takes a look at a three, no good. Willis cannot pull down the rebound, but somehow gets that loose ball up and in. Good job by Jamie Willis to find that loose ball and put it in. We have a tie ball game, 31-31.
16 points in the first half for Willis. She's really keeping the maidens in this game.
Jackie Cresswell picks up the ball off the floor. Now it's Kelly against Sue Silly. Cresswell guarded like a glove by Hungate. Hungate draws the jump ball, possession arrow favoring the maidens. Good job by Shannon Hungate on defense.
Well, she has been shadowing Kelly for a lot of this first half, and there was a switch, and he was on Cresswell, and she just forces the jump ball.
Jen McMaster, standing just outside the three-point line, gives it over to Smolinski. Now it's McMaster again against Hoppel. Sue Silly, the rocket into Shannon Hungate. She kicks it out. Smolinski, the baseline jumper, goes in and out. Rebound, Jablowski. She's going to push. She'll slow it down just inside her own half-court line. And Cresswell kicks it over to Kelly for three, along with that one. Rebound, Hoppel, no good on the putback. Another rebound, no good. McMaster will rip for the maidens. Gets thrown to the floor. No call on the foul, but the maidens will retain possession. McMaster a little upset with that call. Looked like Hoppel might have gotten away with one there.
Well, if Hoppel's guarding McMaster on the defensive end, that's a big mismatch. North Penn should go a little one-on-one with McMaster.
Let's see what they do as McMaster is against Hoppel. She's going to go to the lane and the bucket. Good call, Jason Payne, as North Penn gets into the lead. McMaster against Hoppel is definitely a mismatch in the maidens' favor. Double dribble called against Jablowski. The maidens have a chance to increase their lead.
Well, as long as they continue to put Hoppel on McMaster, I keep going to it.
McMaster with the chance to have a big game tonight. Smolinski gets thrown to the floor. The trip call is against Melissa Kelly. Smolinski hobbling a little bit. She has to watch out for that ankle. As Janelle Buchanan will check in for Norristown, replacing Laura Hoppel, so no longer a mismatch for the maidens. Norristown is now at 16 fouls, so the maidens are in the bonus as we've reached the halfway point of this second quarter. Sue Silly against Springman. Kicks it out to Willis, working against Melissa Kelly. Goes to the crossover, kicks it out. McMaster almost has her pocket picked by Melissa Kelly, but a nice job of recovering. Willis wide open for three. Good! 36-31 on the long-range shot by Willis. 3.5 to go as Buchanan will have it taken away from her. That is a backcourt violation. The official said that the maidens did have control of that ball. I beg to differ, but doesn't matter as Norristown picks up the loose ball.
Well, we mentioned Jamie Willis had 22 against William Tennant. She's got 19 right now in the first half. 3.5 to go in the second quarter.
I would definitely not be surprised if she was over 25 points by the end of this first half. Jablowski against Hungate, drives baseline. Wild shot, but does draw the foul against Jen McMaster. She'll go to the line and shoot two. Coming into the game for the maidens, three subs. Leanne Schwartz, number 21, Sarah Ducilli, number 44, and Katrina Joseph, number 42, replacing Shannon Hungate, Jen McMaster, and Amber Smolinski. Correction on that foul call, it was Shannon Hungate, her first. Jablowski goes to the glass on her first free throw.
That was her 6th point, looking for 7.
She does not get that 7th point as Sue Ducilli pulls down the rebound. North Penn with a 4-point lead. Melissa Kelly picks off the pass. Good anticipation. Goes to the lane. The left-hander is good. 36-34 now the score with 3 minutes to go. Leanne Schwartz now down to Sue Ducilli. Cross court to her sister Sarah. Leanne Schwartz has plenty of room after that ball fake. Cannot get the basket to fall. Rebound, Janelle Buchanan. Ducilli picks off that ball and draws the foul against Buchanan, I believe. She'll go to the line with 1-1 as North Penn is now in the bonus. That's the first foul against Janelle Buchanan.
Well, with the Knights shooting 5 for 8 from the free throw line, this is definitely an advantage for the last 2 minutes and 51 seconds for them to go to the line on every foul.
And with only a 2-point lead right now, these free throws are pretty crucial. Ducilli cannot hit the first, but rebound by Joseph is up and in. 38-34 now the score. Springman working against 3 North Penn defenders, gets the baseline shot. It's an air ball. Sue Ducilli will push for the Maidens. Sarah Ducilli cannot pick up her sister's pass. A little too hot to handle as Norristown will take over after the North Penn turnover. Melissa Kelly gets the ball for Norristown across midcourt. Against Joseph, drives the lane and gets the basket. Melissa Kelly blowing up for Norristown.
12 points for Melissa Kelly.
Katrina Joseph has nowhere to go with that, so she kicks it out to Sarah Ducilli. Willis being guarded real well, but gets a nice pick for Sue Ducilli, rather. Willis couldn't get open for a pass, but set a nice pick. It's an unofficial assist for Jamie Willis. Janelle Buchanan puts in the rebound off the Amy Jablowski miss, and it's 40-38 with 1:45 to go in the first half. Willis guarded tightly by Jablowski, drives the lane on the floor. Will get 1 and 1.
That's Jablowski's first foul.
And coming into the game, number 21, Katie Helson, replacing Janelle Buchanan, who did a nice job coming off the bench for the Eagles.
Well, Norristown's definitely gone to the bench. They've put 8 people into the game already.
Sarah Ducilli cannot pull down the rebound after Willis missed her first shot, so Norristown will take over. 40-38 is North Penn's lead. The home run pass to Jablowski is short on the layup, runs into her own player. She appears to be shaken up, but she's all right after she ran into Katie Helson. Now Willis, good look to Sue Ducilli, puts it up and in, 42-38. Under 90 seconds to go in the first half.
Susan Ducilli perfect from the field, 4 for 4.
Melissa Kelly looked like Joseph had all ball, but the foul is called against her. That's her first foul, the team's 5th. Jablowski will go to the line and shoot 2. Amber Smolinski will check into the game, replacing Leanne Schwartz. Good job defensively by Leanne Schwartz, replacing Amber Smolinski. Jablowski's first shot is good, cutting the lead to 42-39 in the favor of the Maidens, as Sue Ducilli gets a well-deserved rest as Jen McMaster checks in. Jablowski is good with the second. It's a 2-point lead for the Maidens with $1:20 to go. Smolinski into the corner. Willis for 3. Air ball goes right to Jackie Cresswell. The press is on for the Maidens. Katie Helson kicks it back to Melissa Kelly. Just gets it over midcourt to Cresswell, to the lane. The basket and the foul for Cresswell. That foul was against Katrina Joseph. Sue Ducilli will check back into the game as Joseph comes to the bench. Tie ball game right now, 42-42. Cresswell with a chance to break that tie.
14 points for Cresswell. And with this free throw, it's 15.
So Norristown back into the lead. It's a 1-point lead. Under a minute now to go in the first half. McMaster against Springman. Now it's Smolinski. Sends it into Ducilli. Wide open. Can't get the roll off the rim. Throws it up looking for a foul call. Loose ball foul against North Penn. That one was against Sue Ducilli. They'll take a walk to the other end of the court and get 1 and 1. That's Ducilli's second as North Penn is now over the limit. So Norristown with a chance to increase their lead as Springman will shoot 1 and 1 for Norristown. Springman no good, but somehow gets her own rebound. Norristown only had one other player in the lane to get a rebound off of that free throw. So the charitable bounce goes to Springman. Norristown takes over and might hold for a last shot with 35 seconds left, up by 1.
We wonder if the Norristown coach knows Coach Fergus, the North Penn boys coach, holding for last shot here with 47 seconds to go.
Springman is trapped in the corner but gets it back out. Now it's Melissa Kelly. It does appear she'll hold for last shot. She's working against Jamie Willis. She'll send it back to Cresswell, and now it's Kelly. She's going to drive. Pulls up short. Cresswell. She's going to drive and gets the ball off the rim. Sue Dusili with 3 to shoot to Willis. Knocked out of bounds. North Penn ball. They do have 1 second to shoot as Jablowski knocks it out of bounds. 1 second to shoot. 43-42. Norristown in the lead. North Penn will run a set play. Back to Dusili. No. Could not get a shot off as heads up on defense was Katie Helson, number 21. So North Penn will head to the locker room down by 1. A less than desirable first half for the Maidens. Despite scoring 42 points, they gave up 43 to Norristown. And against a team with a losing record such as 2-11 by the Eagles, you don't want to be down at halftime. You want to use that first half as a springboard, as the Maidens did against William Tennant. They were up by 29 points after the first half at Tennant. Granted, Tennant only scored 11 points, but North Penn will come back in the second half hoping to take over this game.
We take a look into
We'll take a look at some of the first half stats after we come back to North Penn High School's gymnasium. Once again, the score 43-42 at the end of the first half. Back in a few minutes with second half action. Stay with us.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
You are 100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
Your parents are always bugging you to get out of the house and get some exercise. But you've got your own way of doing things. You're your own person. You don't need to follow the crowd or the rules. And the last people you want to be like are your parents.
Johnny, tell them what they want.
I haven't made up my mind yet. What are you going to take?
Algebra.
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 If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, demand that you be told. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Welcome back to North Penn High School's gymnasium. There you see the score, 43-42. The Norristown Eagles have a 1-point lead over the host North Penn Maidens. With a look at some first half stats, here's Jason Payne.
For the visiting Norristown Eagles, Jackie Cresswell is the leading scorer with 15 points. Melissa Kelly, the textile signee, has 12, and Amy Jablowski has 8. For North Penn, Jen McMaster with 6, Sue DeCilli with 9, And Jamie Willis, a big first half, 19 points. She was 3 of 6 with 3-pointers, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, and 3 for 5 from the field. She got some open looks. They were pretty far away from the basket, but she hit them all.
Melissa Kelly and Jackie Cresswell, 15 and 12 points. Cresswell with 15, Kelly with 12 points. They kind of go hand in hand on the Norristown offense. They've been complementing each other real well in that first half for Norristown. Air ball on the three-pointer by Jablowski. Smolinski will push for the Maidens. Gives it to Willis. Up and in. 42. Make that 44-43. North Penn into the lead.
Defensive rebound, outlet, and transition easy basket.
Jablowski trapped. Now it's Kelly working against Hungate. The baseline jumper good. Norristown back into the lead in this seesaw battle. 45-44 just underway in the second half. Willis, the no-look pass behind the back to Smolinski. Oh my. 46-45 now the score.
Smolinski gets on the board with a beautiful pass by Willis on the baseline.
That was Smolinski's first basket of the ball game. Cresswell, the two-pointer, no good. Smolinski will work the glass. The long pass to Willis. She'll go to the lane, gives it off to Hungate, no good. The putback, no good either. Cresswell takes the rebound.
Hungate's struggling a little bit off of her big game at William Tennant, only 1 for 3.
Now Hungate has Ducilli with her. Ball taken away from her by Kelly. It will stay North Penn ball. Hungate hesitated a little bit before driving the lane. That could have cost her 2 points, but North Penn will retain possession. Smolinski with the inbound. Hungate. Now Smolinski wide open for three. In, off the rim, around and in. The nice bounce, and Smolinski now has 5 points. 49-45, North Penn with a 4-point lead with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Kelly now for three. No, off the rim. Rebound and put up by Jablowski. She'll draw the foul against Amber Smolinski. That's Smolinski's first and the team's first. Jablowski to the line, shooting 2.
Jablowski busy in the first half from the free throw line, led her team with attempts, 3 for 4 from the line.
Jablowski's first is good, cutting the lead to 3 points. And she's good with the second. 49-47, the Maidens with the 2-point lead. Willis working against Jablowski. The dish to the lane, no good. Comes out of bounds off of Cresswell. Good defense by Norristown.
Norristown finally caught on that Willis was driving to the baseline and finding open people under the net. And they finally got in the passing lane and cut off the open look.
Smolinski for three, air ball. Hungate with the save. Good hustle by Hungate. Jen McMaster draws the jump ball, and it is North Penn basketball. Good hustle by Hungate results in North Penn retaining possession. Ducilli quickly off the inbound, does draw the foul. No basket, but she'll get 2 shots. That foul was against number 32, Jackie Cresswell. That's her second and the team's first. Ducilli at the line, shooting 2. First is no good.
I think Norristown has put Laura Hoppel in again, and I think she's going to be against Jen McMaster. I would look to see if they go a little isolation.
Yeah, we saw that work in the first half after we brought that up, and McMaster drove the lane. Basically took Hoppel to school. But meanwhile, North Penn has 50 points to Norristown's 47. Smolinski, the clean block against Kelly. Now the baseline jumper is good by Jackie Cresswell. Nice touch on the 18-footer. Smolinski cross court to Hungate. Into Ducilli. Ball loose. Now a jump ball called as Ducilli does come away with the ball, but not in time. Norristown basketball.
Well, they looked for Laura Hoppel, and that time she was on Ducilli, and they found her open on the post. ended up in a jump ball.
Norristown with the chance to take the lead, down by 1. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Jablowski will send it over to Kelly, loses control but recovers. One-on-one against Willis. She's going to take the 3. Air ball. Picked up by Cresswell. Out of bounds, North Penn basketball. Janelle Buchanan will check in for Laura Hoppel, so no more mismatch once again for the Maidens. Smolinski will come across midcourt for the Maidens, quickly down low to Willis. Now McMaster, the turnaround, no good, but does draw the foul. She'll get 2 shots. Foul's on number 15, Rebecca Springman. It's her second and the team's second in the second half.
McMaster did not attempt any free throws in the first half, but she did have 6 points.
She does make her first shot, giving North Penn a 2-point lead, 51-49. And now with 4:53 showing on the clock, North Penn with a 3-point lead. Melissa Kelly pushes for the Eagles.
North Penn perfect from the free throw line in the second half, 3 for 3.
Kelly now around Hungate. The long-range fadeaway, no good. McMaster will get the rebound for the Maidens. Willis, 3 on the basket. Nobody back for Norristown. The fast break offense run to perfection. Sue Ducilli gets the basket off the dish from Willis.
Sue Ducilli enters double digits here in the second half with 12 points.
The baseline jumper, no good off the rim by Cresswell. Ball loose, Smolinski thrown out of bounds. It is Maidens basketball off of Janelle Buchanan.
North Penn's made a little run because Kelly and Cresswell, the big guns for Norristown, have only shot 2 for 7 in the second half.
Cresswell with a lot of shots, only has connected on one of them. Smolinski way short on that shot. McMaster missed the putback off of the rebound. Now it's Kelly 1-on-5. She's going to have to slow down. She'll hold in the corner. Ducilli picks off the pass. Ball on the floor, out of bounds off of Sue Ducilli. Norristown basketball at midcourt.
A good defensive play by Ducilli, but Smolinski couldn't hold on to the ball.
Melissa Kelly now against Willis. She'll send it back to Cresswell. Down low, swatted was Amy Jablowski by Jen McMaster. Smolinski to Willis, under the basket, up and in. 56-49, Maidens with their largest lead of the game at 7 points. Norristown calling for a timeout, and they get it. So Coach Jackson of Norristown wants a timeout to stop the bleeding. 3:18 on the clock in the third quarter. North Penn with a 7-point lead, 56-49.
Norristown not been able to put points on the board. They've only had 3 people score in the second half, Cresswell and Kelly and Jablowski from the free throw line, but 2 points apiece for the 3 of them, only 6 points. North Penn has been able to run up some points with Willis, Smolinski, McMaster, and Ducilli.
Yeah, North Penn is shooting obviously better than Norristown on the floor tonight in the second half, and that's been the difference in this game. They were down by, I believe, 1 going into the second half, and now they're up by 7. So obviously outscoring Norristown by 8 in this third quarter as the teams will break from the timeout. Norristown will control the ball at midcourt.
Another key, there's no foul trouble for either team. 2 fouls is the most by any individual player. And if all your people are low on fouls and they're in the game, it's the best you could ask for.
Number 35, Chrissy Hunsberger, is checked into the game for the Eagles. Now it's Jablowski. She'll go cross court to Kelly with the long jumper, no good off the rim. Ducilli will just watch it go out of bounds. Good play. Maidens basketball as Norristown unable to score once again. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter as Smolinski brings the ball across midcourt. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Melissa Kelly. She'll send it to Hunsberger. Pass is deflected, but it does work its way back into Norristown possession. Kelly now with the three. No good. Kelly is off the target in this third quarter.
Yeah, 1 for 6.
Smolinski telegraphed that pass to Ducilli, but a hustling Kelly getting back on defense. Gets the steal, goes coast to coast, and draws the foul. She'll get 2 shots. A foul against Sue Ducilli. That's Ducilli's third, so she's the first player in foul trouble for either team. That foul was on the floor. Correction. It's North Penn's second foul. Sarah Ducilli deflects the pass, but picking it up is Jablowski. She kicks it out. Once again, missing is Jackie Cresswell. Really cold in this second half. Sarah Ducilli 2-on-2 with her sister. Foul called against Jackie Cresswell. They're going to call that a shooting foul. I was surprised by that call. Ducilli will go to the line and shoot two. It looked like she was attempting to pass to her sister, but charitable call by the officials gives North Penn 2 free throws.
Cresswell joins Sue Ducilli with 3 fouls, but neither coach has decided to substitute for either of those players.
Ducilli missing her first free throw. So the score remains 56-49. North Penn still has that 7-point lead. Ducilli 0 for 2 at the line. That's crucial. Melissa Kelly now working against 3 Maidens defenders. Will kick it back out to Cresswell. Jablowski into Buchanan. Is called for the walk. She changed her pivot foot. Good call by the official on that play, Butch Andre. North Penn basketball on the turnover.
Good decision, though, by Janelle Buchanan. If she could have gone up and under, would have been an easy bucket.
Under 2 minutes to go, 56-49 the score. North Penn in the lead by 7. McMaster to Ducilli. Smolinski thought about the three. Good play by Kelly to reach around and swat that away from Smolinski's control.
Another thing I'd like to bring up is neither Jamie Willis or Melissa Kelly, the 2 best players for either team, have gotten a break. Between periods is all they've had. They've been on the floor for every minute.
Ducilli, the quick one-touch pass into McMaster. Good anticipation by Jackie Cresswell, but the ball does go out of bounds. North Penn will retain possession. Smolinski has nobody to pass into. Quickly into Willis. No foul called. It looked like Cresswell was all over her on that one, but the official says all leather. North Penn settling into their zone defense as Buchanan is rejected by Sarah Ducilli. Sue Ducilli will pick it up. The drive, no good. A little too quick on that layup. As North Penn is called for a loose ball foul. That one's on Amber Smolinski, and that's her second, the team's third. Norristown will control Amy Jablowski. So we've been without a basket for about 2 minutes now, I believe. 56-49, the score remains. So we have 1:05 to go in the third quarter.
I think what you're seeing now is both teams depend on the jump shot, and they can't hit them, and there's no post-up game.
So sloppy shooting by both teams as we've seen Norristown miss 3 baskets right there, one by Hunsberger and 2 possible putbacks by Janelle Buchanan rattle off of the rim. Norristown has the ball once again under the basket. Now Cresswell, very short with that one. Ducilli working the board. Smolinski, long pass. Sarah Ducilli, the short jump shot is good. North Penn back on the scoring track, 58-49, their largest lead of the ball game.
Sarah Ducilli gets her first points of the half, and there you see Melissa Kelly going double clutch in the air, put an easy 2.
Ducilli once again no good. Her sister grabs the rebound, but it does go out of bounds. North Penn on that last possession had a chance for a fast break. Norristown's coach, Jackson, yelling for his players to get back on defense, and that's been a problem for Norristown in this game.
Well, they don't go very deep on the roster, so a lot of them are tired.
Ball on the floor, kick back to Buchanan with 15 seconds to go in this third quarter. Norristown down by 7, now in the corner for 3 is good. Amy Jablowski, 7 seconds to go. Smolinski to push, 3 seconds now on the clock. It's going to be Willis for three at the buzzer. No good. 58-54, that last basket by Norristown. Important, closing the gap to 4 points. As we enter the final period of play, when we come back, Katrina Joseph will be checking in for the Maidens. 3 team fouls for each team. Let's look at the leading scorers, Jason.
Well, for Norristown, it's still Melissa Kelly and Cresswell carrying the load, but Cresswell in the third quarter goes 1 for 7, only 2 points. Melissa Kelly shoots 2 for 7 with 4 points. They just didn't score a lot of points. They only had 3 people score in the entire third quarter between Jablowski, Kelly, and Cresswell. And North Penn spread it around. They had Sarah DeCilli had 2, 5 for Smolinski, 3 for Sue DeCilli, 2 for McMaster, and 4 for Willis. They're using a lot of players. They've gone to the bench a little more, and they've worked the transition game a lot better than Norristown.
Jamie Willis is your game-high scorer with 23 points after 3 quarters. And dismal shooting by Norristown in that quarter, only making 4 field goals on close to 20 shots. According to my math, that's only about 20%.
And according to my math, that's pretty bad.
Definitely, Jason. As we enter this fourth quarter, Katrina Joseph has indeed checked into the game for the Maidens, as Willis goes eye-to-eye with Jablowski. She'll give it over to Sue DeCilli, who has remained in the game despite having 3 fouls. The lane opens wide open as she gets the drive, and North Penn is at the 60-point mark, up by 6 over Norristown.
North Penn had a big mismatch on a switch. They had Katrina Joseph, their tallest player, on Melissa Kelly. Decided not to go to it, though.
Well, 15-foot jump shot by Chrissy Hunsberger. Gets Norristown back to within 4. Now Willis thought about the 3, gets her defender up in the air, but is way long with that shot. DeCilli does draw the foul. Looked like a clean block on that play by Cresswell. But the call not in Norristown's favor, as DeCilli will go to the line and shoot 2. That's the 4th foul against Cresswell. We'll see if Coach Jackson goes to the bench.
Well, Cresswell's put up 17 points. You have to go to the bench and save her for the stretch run.
DeCilli cannot make the first free throw, as checking into the game is number 21. That's Katie Helson. She's replacing Springman. They're not going to bring Cresswell out. They're going to leave her in.
That's an odd decision there by Coach Jackson, but maybe it'll pay off.
DeCilli 0 for 2 at the line. The Maidens starting to struggle from the free throw line. Kelly will bring it across midcourt. Now it's Cresswell into the corner and back out to Kelly. Working against Smolinski. She'll go behind the back. The spin around fadeaway is good. Excellent shot by Melissa Kelly. That's why she's going on a full ride to Textile.
And there's the shots they hit in the first half, and that's why they had the lead. If they continue to hit them, they're going to come back in this game.
Sarah DeCilli has her pass taken away as the Maidens are up by 2. Smolinski will go to the lane, the left hand, no good, a little sloppy on that. Ball on the floor, Kelly. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring North Penn, they'll take over. Shannon Hungate checks into the game for North Penn. She'll be replacing Sarah DeCilli. 60-58 is the score. Correction on that possession arrow call. They do switch it in between quarters, so it would have favored North Penn in the third quarter, but they switch it at the start of the fourth quarter. It is Norristown basketball. A chance to tie or get the lead, down by 2, 60-58.
Big matchup, Willis versus Melissa Kelly. As you see, I thought that was a backcourt right there.
Might have gotten away with it, but Kelly throws it away. We've seen Kelly go to the no-look pass a couple times tonight, and it's faked out her own teammates. That time, Jackie Cresswell could not find the ball. 6:20 to go in the ball game. North Penn up 60-58. Aaron, go ahead, Jason, sorry.
North Penn looked like they were going to go a little post-up game with Katrina Joseph, something we haven't seen all game.
Still nursing that 2-point lead as that pass by Hungate was deflected out of bounds. Willis against tight defense by Jablowski. Hungate goes cross-court to Smolinski for 3. A little long on that one. As now Kelly stops and pops. Does not get the bounce off the rim. Willis picks up the rebound, has Hungate, but decides to stay with the ball. She drives the lane. Does not get the basket, but does draw the foul. And is congratulated on her effort by Melissa Kelly. That foul is against number 21, Katie Helson. That's her first. Norristown's 5th in the second half. Willis at the line, shooting 2.
Tonight she has 23 points. She had 22 against William Tennant. Continues her great free throw shooting tonight. She is 5 of 6. And the whole team's been shooting well, and Jamie Willis is just an example of what this team does on the line.
Checking into the game, number 45, Janelle Buchanan. She'll be replacing Katie Helson. Cresswell, number 32, still in the game with 4 fouls. But North Penn does have a 4-point lead now thanks to good free throw shooting by Jamie Willis. The score 62-58 with 5:40 to go in the game.
With North Penn scoring points here in the second half, they can't afford to put Cresswell on the bench, and I guess that's the decision Coach Jackson has made.
Kelly had a rocket pass into the lane to Janelle Buchanan, but she could not find the handle on it as Willis spots up for the 3. Good! A huge 3-pointer by Jamie Willis, giving North Penn a 7-point lead, 65-58.
And now she's got a big defensive job against Kelly.
Turnover by Norristown. Smolinski will push to Hungate. Hungate called for the walk. She shuffled her feet as she was trying to find Willis under the basket. Norristown will bring in number 10, Laura Hoppel. She's replacing Janelle Buchanan. So a 7-point lead for the Maidens with 5 minutes to go. A 3-pointer is no good by Jablowski. Hungate with the rebound. North Penn will just slow things down here. No pressure, up by 7. They just have to play solid defense from here on in. Smolinski with a nice touch on the 10-footer. 67-58 now, 9-point lead, matching their largest of the game.
Well, for a not-so-tall player, Shannon Hungate does a good job on the boards. She had 8 against William Tennant, and she has a couple here tonight.
Cresswell goes bombs away on that 3-pointer. That's no good. Katrina Joseph trying to save that ball, throws it off the backside of the backboard. Of course, that's out of bounds. She'll take a seat on the bench as Jen McMaster comes in for North Penn. 4:30 on the clock. North Penn with that 9-point lead, 67-58. Cresswell in the corner kicks it out to Jablowski. Now Kelly. The 3. Air ball. Off of Sue Dusili. Norristown retains possession. Norristown with some very shoddy shooting from behind the 3-point line tonight.
Well, for example, Melissa Kelly has 1 for 8 from the 3-point line in this game. It's just not her shot. She's been shooting a lot of them.
Jablowski will drive, then kick out. The baseline jumper, no good. North Penn trying to grab the rebound, and Amber Smolinski brings it down. Bounce pass to Willis. She gets the layup. 69-58, Jamie Willis starting to heat up in the fourth quarter as we've reached the halfway point.
Willis has hit 30 points here for this game.
Hoppel no good on the putback. Norristown just cannot buy a basket in the second half.
Well, their leading scorer from the first half, Jackie Cresswell, had 15, and she's 1 for 9 in the second half. She's got 17 points for the game, which is good overall, but when you have a 15-point first half, a 2-point second half is not a good turnout.
That last sequence, there is a loose ball on the floor, a little scramble for the ball. It was called a jump ball, no foul called. North Penn does have the possession arrow, and with an 11-point lead, they'll take over on offense. Willis fires a pass into the lane, too hot to handle. Cresswell to Kelly. Swatted by Smolinski. Hoppel will pick up the loose ball. Now to Cresswell. Jablowski to the lane. Up and under. Will draw the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Norristown now has to hit these free throws. That foul is on Shannon Hungate. That's her second, the team's 4th. Jablowski at the line, shooting 2.
Jablowski, a good game on the free throw line. She's 5 for 6, along with Jamie Willis, who is 5 for 6.
She makes the first, cutting the lead to 10. 69-59 as Rebecca Springman checks in for Laura Hoppel. And Jablowski is good with the second. 3:20 to go. North Penn with a 69-60 lead. A little too early for Norristown to start going to the intentional foul. They do have one foul to give. Smolinski will reset the North Penn offense.
Looks like they might go to a little slow game here to run some time off the clock. They have a 9-point lead, and Norristown's been shooting horrible from the field.
They're just going to hang out at half court. Of course, no shot clock in high school basketball as Kelly hits the deck trying to intercept that pass. Hold foul called against Amy Jablowski, number 23. That's Norristown's 6th foul. That's Jablowski's 2nd. Jen McMaster will inbound on the far side for North Penn. She gets it into the corner to Sue Ducilli. Willis will kick it out to Smolinski. She's fouled by Kelly. She'll go to the line and shoot 1-1 as the Maidens are now in the bonus. That's the 3rd foul on Melissa Kelly. Janelle Buchanan will check in for Rebecca Springman. And number 21, Katie Helson, will come in, replacing Chrissy Hunsberger.
This is a good chance for North Penn to extend their lead, and if they keep hitting free throws, it's going to discourage Norristown from fouling.
So good job by Smolinski to make that first end of the 1-1. North Penn now in the lead, 70-60. And she's good with the second and 11-point lead once again, 71-60 now. Really what we've seen here in the second half, Jason, is what happened in Norristown against Pennsbury earlier this week. They had a 5-point lead at halftime and just got blown out of the water in the second half by Pennsbury.
Well, it's been Norristown's shooting that's been the dagger for them. They shot very well in the first half and hasn't been able to even get close to the rim in the second.
Willis weaving in and out of Norristown's defense. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Check that, it was tipped by Norristown. And it's North Penn ball. 22nd timeout called by Norristown.
I think the poor shooting by Norristown could be contributed by Cresswell, Kelly, and Jablowski. Hasn't had much of a rest. I think all three of them played the entire have played the entire game, and subbing in with the other two positions on the court. Those three have really gone down in shooting from the first half performances, and those are the three they need to carry them in the second half.
Yeah, Kelly and Cresswell have just had a horrendous second half for the Eagles. They cannot buy a basket in this second half, and that's really brought down the Norristown offense. They've tended to shoot more than pass, and when you're not having the handle on your shots, you got to start dishing the ball off to some other people and let them try to make the baskets.
But for the three of them, they didn't have any help in the first half, so they've been counted on to carry the load.
Helson picks off the inbound but cannot find the layup.
Those are the kind of easy points Norristown has to hit to get back in this game.
Smolinski will come across midcourt, back to Hungate. She'll dribble out of trouble and give it to Willis, who's hanging out at midcourt. Now called for the reach-in is Amy Jablowski. Willis will go to the line, 1-1. That's Jablowski's 3rd foul, team over the limit.
Well, sending Jamie Willis to the free throw line maybe wasn't the best idea. 6 for 7 from the line, 30 points.
And Jamie Willis is good with that first free throw. She'll get another. Short off the rim with that second free throw, but still a 12-point lead, the largest of the game for the Maidens. Norristown's going to have to start bombing away from three-point range, but Jen McMaster picks off the pass. Good defense by McMaster. Now it's Ducilli. Gets the layup and in. 74-60. The Maidens have the lead as they appear to be on their way to winning this ball game.
Very good game for Sue Ducilli. She's been almost flawless from the field.
Melissa Kelly does get that scoop shot in the lane, cutting the lead to 12. Willis trapped on her own side of the court, but draws the foul against Helson. They'll take a walk to the other end, and Willis will have a 1-1. Timeout called by Norristown with $1:27 to go in the ball game. North Penn with a 12-point lead, looking to improve their record to 4-3 over the 500 mark in the Suburban 1 League and 6-8 overall.
Neither team dominating the rebounds, but North Penn's played a little better defense here in the second half. They pressured the ball. They forced turnovers. They haven't turned the ball over as much as they did in the first half, and it's really allowed them to expand a very close game, back and forth seesaw game, to a 12-point lead.
There you see the score, 74-62. Jamie Willis will be going to the line, shooting 1-1 for the Maidens when we come out of this timeout. North Penn will be traveling to Upper Dublin tomorrow to play a non-league matchup, Upper Dublin in the Suburban 1 American League. So North Penn will not have their league record impacted, but their overall record will be impacted tomorrow as they go against Upper Dublin. Should be a good matchup.
Something we mentioned in the opening, number 5 for Norristown, Jackie Waite, was questionable for this game. We haven't seen her. And with a 12-point lead, a minute and a half to go in the game, I don't expect we will see her.
And a gutsy performance by Amber Smolinski with that ankle injury. She's got both of her ankles taped tonight. So Willis is short with her first free throw, but Amber Smolinski, a good performance, a gutty performance. Playing almost the whole game, did not start, but came in about 2 minutes into the first quarter after Norristown was off to the lead. And she has certainly helped the Maidens' effort tonight. Hungate picks up her third foul. And going to the line, shooting 2. It's Melissa Kelly.
Not a big game for Shannon Hungate. She comes off a huge game of William Tennant, putting big numbers in 4 different categories. Only 2 points in this game for Shannon.
But let's not overlook, Jason, all the passing and the rebounding she's done. She's played a good overall game. The scoreboard might not indicate so, but definitely Hungate has a good game for the Maidens tonight.
Oh, definitely.
Defensively and dishing the ball out on offense as Willis drives and is blocked by Cresswell. A minute 10 to go, 12-point lead for the Maidens. Cresswell gains midcourt. Now it's Kelly. She'll step behind the three-pointer. Take it, misses it short. Ducilli working against Kelly. Gives it back to Willis. She drives, gets the basket and the foul. Jamie Willis having her best game of the year for the Maidens right now, 76-52, as we're under a minute to go in the fourth quarter.
The foul was on number 45, Janelle Buchanan. That's her second. And Katrina Joseph checks into the game for Jen McMaster.
Jamie Willis no good, but Joseph with the rebound and can't get the roll. Thought that one was going in. Go ahead, Jason.
Looks like the North Penn coach is going to go to the bench a little bit. Number 33, Megan Heath, waiting to check in.
And here comes Megan Heath. She'll be replacing Sue Ducilli. Leanne Schwartz also coming in, number 21, replacing Amber Smolinski. The crowd giving those two a well-deserved round of applause as they'll take a seat on the bench for the end of the game. Kelly to the lane. Up and in. Good job by Melissa Kelly. She's not giving up. 35 seconds to go now. Maidens still have that 12-point lead. Hungate push from behind. Coach is looking for an intentional foul call. Will not get it. Janelle Buchanan picks up the foul. North Penn now in the double bonus. Hungate a little frustrated with that foul. Thought it was a little too aggressive. She'll get 2 shots.
Well, I'd have to agree with her on that one. That was a little aggressive. But for Norristown, Melissa Kelly's picked it up here in the fourth quarter. For the second half, she has 10 points, and she's the only one consistently putting shots in the basket now.
Hungate makes the first, a 13-point lead for the Maidens. Can't find the second one. Joseph grabbing for the ball, and it's picked up by Megan Heath. Throws it off the backboard. Willis can't find the handle as Joseph sort of ripped it out of her hands. 26 seconds to go. 13-point lead for the Maidens.
Jamie Willis tonight, an outstanding game for 33 points.
Melissa Kelly makes that one to cut the lead to 11. Into the final 15 seconds as Willis goes to the line.
And equally as impressive a performance, Melissa Kelly had 12 points in the first half, 12 points here in the second. She'll finish with 24. And Jackie Cresswell, I mean, you can't overlook the first half that she had. She's been dismal here in the second, but a 17-point performance will be this team's second leading scorer.
Willis makes the first. She'll get a second. 78-66, the lead back up to 12 for North Penn. Willis no good, but Joseph gets the rebound. She'll pull it down back to Willis. 10 seconds to go. Schwartz over to Hungate. This one appears to be over, folks. Foul called. This one is against number 21, Kate Helson. Hungate will go to the line shooting 2 on Helson's 3rd foul.
Second straight good performance by the North Penn Maidens offense. They put up a lot of points against William Tennant, and if Hungate can hit these 2, they'll go to 80 points in this game.
Definitely an accomplishment hitting the 80-point mark on 2 consecutive games. Hungate can't find it. Joseph, no basket, but draws the foul, so another chance for the Maidens to get over the 80-point mark. That foul is against number 45, Janelle Buchanan. That's her 4th foul. Katrina Joseph at the line, shooting 2 for North Penn. She's good with the first. The Maidens have reached the 80-point mark for the 2nd straight game. With 3.8 seconds left on the clock, Joseph drains her 2nd free throw shot. Kelly will pick it up from half court. No good. This ball game is over. North Penn pulls away in the 2nd half despite being down by 1 at halftime. Jamie Willis celebrating her big game as North Penn rolls to an 81-66 victory over the visiting Norristown Eagles. Good game overall for both teams, although North Penn really pulled away in the 2nd half. Norristown could not find the shooting mark in the 2nd half, especially evidenced by Melissa Kelly and Jackie Cresswell. They just could not find the shots they needed, especially missing a ton of 3-pointers, which could have been crucial at the end of this game. Melissa Kelly and Jamie Willis exchanging pleasantries on the court. A good game by both of those players. Let's take a look at some of the final stats, Jason.
For the visiting Norristown Eagles, I mean, we talked about it all game. Melissa Kelly carried the load with 24 points. Jackie Cresswell, an impressive first half. She finishes with 17. And Amy Jablowski, she hit a lot of free throws, and she was good from the 3-point line. She finishes with 15. North Penn gets strong performance from a lot of people. Jen McMasters has 8. Amber Smolinski has 9. 16 for Sue DeCilli, and 34 for Jamie Willis. Jamie Willis was on fire tonight from the field, from the 3-point line, from the free throw line. Overall, great game.
Definitely our player of the game. Jamie Willis gets my vote, and I'm sure she has yours, Jason.
I'll agree with you.
81-66, once again, your final score. North Penn improves its overall record to 6-8 and are now over the 500 mark in the league with a 4-3 record. Norristown will drop to 0-7 in the lead, 0-7 in the league, and 2-12 overall. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage here at North Penn High School's gymnasium. Once again, that final score, 81-66, a 15-point victory for the Maidens. For Jason Payne, I'm Kyle Berger. So long, everybody.
Gonna take?
Algebra.
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 If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, demand that you be told. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Wildfire. Over 2 million acres of our forests and rangelands burn each year. Hundreds of homes are destroyed, and it can take over 150,000 firefighters and $1 billion to bring the fires under control. Many of these fires are due to human carelessness, but it only takes one person to prevent it all. Be careful when visiting the wildlands. For more information, contact your local fire protection agency, state forestry office, or the USDA Forest Service.